This is the real-time rows, and this is basically an algebraic simplification question. This little part where they say ABC does not equal 0, they're just saying nothing super weird happens where you have a 0 in the denominator, which makes things undefined. So you can almost ignore that. It's sort of like saying, everything's totally normal, nothing super weird. Then they give you this big fraction with a whole bunch of exponents. And you'll see in the answer choices that we have basically fewer of those exponents. So what we need to do is do some kind of canceling. I'm going to write this bigger so we can cancel things out without getting confused. So I'm just rewriting exactly what we're given. And when you have things in the numerator and the denominator, what you can do is you can cancel out. Basically, you can take the, think of it as an exponent rule. Let's just look at the a's. If you have an exponent with a common base, so a is in the base in both of these, right? Let's put a different color in here. A is in the base for both of these, right? So what we can do is we can actually say that in the resulting fraction, I'm going to write this on the side. So a cubed over a squared, that's the same as a to the 3 minus 2. Right, same base divided by one another. You can subtract the exponents. That's an exponent rule that you need to memorize. So what this equals is a to the 1, which is just equal to a. So I'm going to do this in shorthand, which is I'm going to say I'm going to cancel out a squared, and I'm going to cancel out the exponent. So we're just left with 6 times a. I'm going to do a similar thing with b. So b over b cubed is the same as b to the 1 minus 3. Which is equal to b to the negative 2, or 1 over b squared. So I'm going to cancel this b and cancel out the 3 and leave it 2. And what you can see that this has the net effect of, you can cancel out the same number of variables in the numerator and the denominator. So we have 4 c's in the numerator, 2 c's in the denominator. Let's get rid of 2 of those from both, and we'll be left with c squared. Now the 6 and the 18 we can do a similar thing with. So 6 divided by 18 is the same as 1/3. So we end up with, now we have to go back and clean up. In the numerator we had a times c squared. And in the denominator you had 3 times b squared and I can't just cancel out that 2, but I should have canceled out the whole thing. So it should be ac squared over 3 times b squared. Is that an answer choice? ac squared over 3b squared. Yep, that's the first one. If you get rid of, this is the mistake I almost made. If you get rid of all of an exponent, so if we're canceling out 2 of these, make sure that you don't leave c, which would be the equivalent of c to the 1. We really want c to the 0, which is equal to 1, which means the whole thing goes away. So it's a nice little warning.